Olá pessoal, tudo é sobre obedecer. Obedecer os contratos, obedecer as regras e obedecer os controladores de nível superior e os mestres. E é isso que nós vamos ver na continuação da série Mestres e Controladores da Mia Kimberly, agora com a parte 15. E, como eu havia dito antes, a parte 15 ela foi dividida em duas partes. Então vamos agora com a parte 15A e depois vocês vão ver a parte 15B. E como explicado anteriormente, essa parte da série é como se fosse uma série dentro da série, pois a Mia Kimberly vai estar explicando durante algumas partes dessa série, especificamente sobre a questão da venda da alma. Na parte 14, anterior a essa, nós descobrimos que, na verdade, essa questão de vender a alma não é bem aquilo que está envolvido com rituais satânicos, onde você assina o seu nome em um papel e entrega a Rei Léo Satã. Nós vimos que tudo isso, na verdade, é uma metáfora, porque quando se diz que a pessoa vendeu a alma, na verdade ela está a serviço total e pleno durante toda a sua vida aos controladores superiores e aos mestres. Trata-se, portanto, de um contrato vitalício, um contrato onde você assina e você sabe que você vai passar o resto da sua vida e às vezes até na geração futura, ou seja, na continuidade da sua linhagem, dependendo exclusivamente do que os controladores querem que você faça. E embora as pessoas que façam esse pacto, elas passam a ter uma vida, vamos dizer assim, com uma qualidade melhor, com usufruindo aí de certas riquezas, de certos poderes, mas que na verdade aquilo tudo é emprestado para ela, não pertence a ela. Isso a gente já viu nas partes anteriores dessa série. Então agora nessa parte nós vamos nos aprofundar um pouco mais e falar a respeito do seguro. Porque você sabe que toda vez que você assina um contrato, você tem que dar uma certa segurança para outra parte do contrato. E a segurança é aquilo que te amarra ao contrato, que faz com que, caso você desobedeça as regras do contrato, ou então queira anular o contrato, você sabe que você vai ter que pagar algo por isso, Então, essas garantias, essas seguranças vão ser tratadas agora nessa parte e você vai entender como é que funciona esse esquema de segurança para o controlador. O que ele pede em troca, o que ele faz com a pessoa para que a pessoa fique amarrada ao contrato e aos controladores. Bom, antes de começar essa parte da série, só mais um adendo aí, só mais uma coisa para dizer para vocês. Vocês devem saber que todos os vídeos que eu faço, que eu publico aqui no canal, tem uma ligação entre um e o outro, tá? Então por isso eu peço para vocês, para quem não assistiu o vídeo Os Dois Lados da Mesma Moeda, por favor vai lá, dá uma olhada, entra na parte de descrição e dá uma lida no conteúdo que tem lá, porque é importante para vocês entenderem o que é o AV, ou African American Vernacular English, ou inglês com vernáculos afro-americanos. Bom, mas por que eu estou falando sobre isso? Acontece que nessa parte da série vocês vão ver uma parte de uma entrevista, que é essa que vocês estão vendo agora aí no vídeo, de um rapper americano, o Ali Vegas, sendo entrevistado pelo Doggy, que é esse cara de blusa vermelha aí do lado, que ele é um DJ muito conhecido nos Estados Unidos. Acontece que os dois, eles usam esse inglês com vernáculos afro-americanos, e isso dificulta muito a tradução, e consequentemente o entendimento das legendas, porque eles falam muito rápido, com muitas gírias, Então eu aconselho vocês a darem um pause ou então diminuir a velocidade do vídeo quando entrar a parte que tem essa entrevista, ok? Então, sem mais delongas, vamos à parte 15A da série Mestres e Controladores da Mia Kimberly.
Thanks for watching Mia's New Pair of Glasses.com and welcome to part 15, Selling Your Soul, Insurance, in the Masters and Controllers series.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Only those whose desire for the truth exceeds their desire to prove themselves right will actually get to the truth. Are you one of those people? Or are you one of those people who is so deeply ingrained in your current belief systems that you only listen to those who will prove you right? Stay with the entire series even when you don't agree, to hear why I say the things I do. You may wonder why we say that the regular slaves, us, cannot be touched by the border collies, but those who have sold their souls can be and lose that privilege. This is largely because of the important concept of transfer of ownership. Transfer of ownership is the means by which the ownership of a property is transferred from one hand to another. This includes the purchase of a property, assumption of a mortgage debt, exchange of a possession of a property, or any other land trust device. The property being transferred between owners is you. Your birth certificate is really a banknote, which means you, the citizen, are what is known in the stock market as a commodity. I spoke about your legal corporate personhood being traded on the stock market back in August of 2018 in my video, Your Mama Sold You Into Slavery. To learn more about this, check out that video. The main point is pertinent to this topic, that you are traded as a commodity, therefore you have an owner. Depending on the choices you make and what you do, you will be owned by different entities throughout your life. You are worth value. Therefore, the border collies cannot harm you because you belong to someone or some entity and you are of value to that owner. When you sign a contract to join the military, ownership of you is transferred to the military. Therefore, you belong to the government and are now government property, and they decide what happens to you. When you sell your soul to the controllers, or any group or part of them, you now belong to them. Therefore, what happens to you is totally up to the entity that owns you. The best analogy to use for us and the ones that have sold their soul is field slaves versus house slaves. The field slaves, us, have to do the tough, grueling work out in the field. However, you are farther removed from the master, so you have less exposure to him and more freedom. The house slaves, or those who have sold their souls, may have a cushier life inside the house. However, they are under greater pressure. They are closer to the master. Therefore, they must learn all the required etiquette, have more rules to follow, lead a more strict existence, and are much more under the master's thumb. The debt you are in for the lifestyle you live must be repaid by what you can do for your owners, especially if you are a celebrity. You cost more, therefore you will be required to earn more in return. If you become more of a liability than an asset, you are in trouble. There are interview after interviews coming out now where people talk about the sick things going on in Hollywood, the music industry, and so on. I cannot stress enough that this is not limited to entertainment. That's what they want you to think. This is in all areas of influence and power. The music industry is talking about it more publicly to draw attention away from the fact that it happens in every area of influence and in the public eye. But what we can learn from this is what is required to get to different levels of selling your soul for what you want. We are now going to listen to parts of an interview with rapper Ali Vegas, who tells just some of what people in the music industry must do for fame.
Like, I'm not with it. When they, you know what I mean? Like, what they do is this is what they do. Like, and they know what they do with the artists is easy. They send the stylist at them first.
Yeah. Yep.
And if the stylist is like, if the stylist report back and be like, oh, he ready, then they invite you to the party. And that's when they be like, yo, look, when you go in here, it's going to be some, you know what I mean? It's a nigga at the door.
Okay, now look, what Ali Vegas is doing to you right now, he's giving you the game of how these niggas be getting turned the fuck out in this shit.
Like,
they try to put this tight ass shirt on you.
That's what they do.
And if you wear the shirt,
they like, oh, he ready.
He with it.
That's you telling him like, yeah, I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party where the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
Whoa.
I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm telling him like, yo, son, like, it's so crazy because I always tell him, like, my cousins would be like, yo, son, like, you that guy, like, why you? I'm like, bro, I don't want it that bad.
So, all right, let's keep it a buck. Did you actually see niggas get twisted to the other side?
You go to that, you go to that party. Like, if you ain't turning around and you see everybody, you seeing everybody walk through the joint. I mean, the thuggish niggas. You see them walking, you like, you in the parking lot, like on your way out, like, yo, son, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, I know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yo, nah, that's just some wild shit. Nah.
You know what
I'm just gonna go check it out.
That's like what I'm trying to tell you is like, we coming down the hill, like yo, bro, like, yo, this is facts, like. Whatever he started doing his, he started doing like, modeling, whatever. I mean, he was Macy's, everything. He rocking that, you know what I mean? He rocking. He got everything. Macy's. I mean, boom. He about to be the next Tyson Bedford. Like,
okay.
Like lined up, like contracts lined up. Boom. The next, matter of fact, he had about like, boom. He had a $6 million contract. You know what I mean? Like, for do the Law and Orders. You know what I mean? Boom. Law and Orders and all that. So the night before that, the day before you signed the contract, they was going to celebrate. Like, yo, Tyson.
Come to one of them.
Tyson, I'm like, yo, we're going to go celebrate. Right? Get to the party, whatever. Rocking. So Tyson like, yo, you ready for the mall? Like, it's going to change your life. You know what I mean? But he like, yo, before we do that, we gonna go in this room. Like,
whoa.
Like, he like, this is, you know what I mean? He see everybody going in there. He like, yo, we gonna go in this room. Like, you might gonna see some. So he's like, what? So it was like 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean? 3 or 4 of the, you know what I mean? The next top people, whatever. So someone was like, yo, he like, skirt. Left all that shit on the table. He called me like, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yo, what? He like, you know what I mean? Like, making an excuse why you not on top or why, you know what I mean? He said, giving him the inside tracker, like, no, this how that shit. He left. He was like, I can't even fuck with American politics. He moved. Like,
yeah, wow.
He moved to Saudi Arabia. He like, I can't. He's like, yo, he said, I'm sorry. Like, he apologized to me all the time. Like, yo, that shit crazy.
So a lot of times when the fans, y'all ask me, yo, doggy, why you ain't this? Why you ain't that? And I always tell y'all, because I refuse to sell my soul. And selling your soul is not some prick in your blood, you're in shit. No, motherfuckers is taking your ass.
Yeah, because they need something
to hold over your head.
So they can always bring you down.
And selling your soul is not some prick in your blood, you're in shit. No, motherfuckers is taking your ass.
Yeah, because they need something
to hold over your head.
So they can always bring you down.
Yep, like, yo, you got your ass took.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these niggas don't be hanging out. These niggas be girlfriends to these niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
They be girlfriends to the bigger niggas. Like,
yep.
I said, I'm just telling you, like.
Nah, I mean, what he's saying is actual facts. So a lot of times when you see dudes come in the game, you be like, yo, how he got dug in so fast? He got dug in, literally.
They be
like, yo, how he do that? Yo, why he put him on? Yo, niggas be going to the party.
Like, come on, shit be contractual. Like, why you just like, because why you think that shit don't happen? Yeah, because all that other shit is contractual. Yeah, you sleep in this hotel, sleep in that hotel, but when we come out, we together.
Damn.
That should be contractual, man.
I wish one day I could tell y'all some of the shit that I seen and know, but I ain't gonna never do that shit because that shit is crazy. But I mean,
no, it's crazy.
But because it's a lot of dudes out here that go on the road, and you think they got all these wild groupie tales? Nah, they don't. They got niggas that's on the road with them. That's their wife, and it be dudes. They sleep in a room with dudes. You know what I'm saying? And you think they got all these, they singing, they got all these women screaming. They don't want none of that shit.
They probably got the girl. They probably got, you know what I mean? Probably got the one girl that they fly in.
Yep.
And she just stay in the hotel room all day unless they come out on the beach, and they just stay on the beach. And she put oil on his back.
Yeah, yo, we giving y'all some real shit right here. The
Yeah,
motherfuckers, the weirdoism is really, really crazy. So we say that to say this. Is this what you really want? Because a lot of y'all come into this shit and y'all think you going, yo, I could rap, I'm nice. It's a lot of politics in this shit.
That's why you gotta make. That's why I always tell people, you gotta make the choice of what you want. You want the fame or you want the change.
What he is saying is that they are very subtle about how they feel people out to see what they are willing to do. When they go into these parties and back rooms, they are required to do some shady sexual things with high-level people in these groups, in those rooms. Only people willing to do those things will get to the next level. He also spoke about contracts. It's all about the contracts. Your life is no longer your own. You are like a 24-hour character, and everything in your life becomes scripted. The relationships are contractual too. The wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends of all these people who are supposedly in relationship with are only on a contractual level. It's all arranged. This goes for all people in the public eye in every area of life. Couples are arranged for the narrative they want to put out publicly for the story. None of these relationships are authentic.